On Global TV News Prime, Supreme Court to hear 16 state suits challenging legality of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, October 22nd. In business, federal government says South Korean investors planning 4 Nigerian refineries. On the foreign scene, Russia, Burkina Faso discuss military cooperation. And in sports, Osimhen confirms, October 19 return to action. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Prime on Global Television. We're coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Queen Agaba. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nigecomsat. Fuel prices at Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited service stations have surged to as high as 1,030 naira from 897 naira in the Federal Capital Territory. Sambo Odi, who went around Abuja, reports that long queues of motorists were observed, with many hoping to buy the pricey product. Well, we'll bring you that story subsequently. The Nigerian government has called on Nigerians to seek permission before using the country's national anthem. The federal government stated this through the Director General of the National Orientation Agency, Lanre Isaonilu. Isaonilu, in a statement, says it is now mandatory to seek permission before the use of the Nigerian national anthem to avoid misinterpretation. However, he did not state in what context permission should be sought before the anthem can be used. Fuel prices at Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited service stations have surged as high as 1,030 naira from 897 in the Federal Capital Territory. Odi went round Abuja and reports that long queues of motorists were observed, with many hoping to buy the pricey product.
Price is a second increment in 1 month from 897 naira to 1,030 naira, representing a 14.8% increase in the cost of premium motor spirits, otherwise known as petrol. With Dangote Refinery selling its products and the Crude for Naira initiative by President Bola Tinubu, Nigerians expect a lower fuel costs, but yet again, Nigerians are slammed with a hike on petroleum products. While awaiting the adjustment of fuel meters to reflect the new price, motorists express disappointment in the present administration.
If they are selling 1,030 naira at NNPC, that means other places will be 1,500.
Except the refinery is working. There's nothing we can do. There's nothing they can do except our refinery is working. So without refinery, we can do nothing.
This government is not giving us the right thing to do. The right thing. We are just here. They are just doing what they like. How can we go to a NNPC and buy fuel 1,030 naira? As I'm talking to you now, it's 1,030 naira in their meter.
With Dangote Refinery coming into existence, Nigerians expected a slash in the price, but all they get on a monthly basis is an increment of PMS. Now, the federal government says that crude will be sold for naira starting October 1st. And in that light, the NNPC have promised that there will be a change in price. Nigerians are expecting the change should be lesser than what they used to buy, but now petrol is being sold for 1,030 naira in NNPC filling station and other filling stations selling at up to 1,200 and 1,300 naira respectively. Nigerians have complained that they've been on the queue for over 4-5 hours and yet haven't been able to get into the petroleum station to be able to buy fuel despite the increment. Nigerians have called on Mr. President to come to their aid and as well as address this, given the fact that transportation is on the high, cost of food is on the high, and hunger is in the land. Samuel Odi reporting for Global Television.
The Tertiary Education Trust Fund, TET Fund, has embarked on an advocacy visit to innovators and inventors in Kaduna as part of efforts to promote innovation, strengthen research collaboration, and advance technology development in the region. Chairman, TET Fund National Research Fund Screening and Monitoring Committee, Professor Hayward Mufuyat says the advocacy visit is a key initiative in the lead-up to the upcoming National Research Fair and Exhibition. Jumai Manson has the rest of the report.
The chairman, TETFund National Research Fund, Screening and Monitoring Committee, Professor Hayward Babale Mafuyat, emphasized the need to enhance cooperation between academia and industry to foster an innovative culture that would drive Nigeria's technological progress. He noted that Kaduna is home to several talented inventors whose contributions could significantly impact the nation's economy and global standing.
Most people have operated as silos, as individuals, not knowing what to do or where to do and how to synergize with who. But when we bring them together, the person who has an invention that can grow the economy needs to know what next steps to do.
Deputy Chairman, Old Panteka Market Development Association, Kaduna State, Abubakar Musa, highlighted the impact of TETFund on financing projects, mostly building and materials, to empower the youth in Panteka Market.
We have 38,000 registered members, which mostly are within the volatile age of 25, 30 downward, and they needed the attention of the government, and of course the union is doing its very best to see that those youth are oriented positively, thereby eradicating poverty.
Chairman of the TETFund National Research Fair Committee, Umar Bindir, highlighted the benefits of technological innovation and the role of research in solving real-world problems. He urged more young youths to engage in research and development for sustainable growth.
This effort is a trigger. It's what I call the catalyst for changing the way we do things. If you've done research on how to properly slice okra so that it is easy to dry and package, then somebody should be drying it using that technique and packaging it. Once he's packaging it, he should be able to sell it. So that is how you link that knowledge to creation of jobs, to creation of wealth, and to showcasing that Nigeria is a very powerful technology institution.
The visit also provided an opportunity for stakeholders to deliberate on the importance of research funding and how platforms like TETFund can help bridge the gap between research and marketable technology solutions.
In a dynamic landscape of innovations and inventions, TETFund has brought together a diverse group of stakeholders, from academics to representatives from both formal and informal institutions. Now, this collaboration aims to showcase a wide array of innovations across various sectors. For Global Television, Jumai Manson reporting.
President Bola Tinubu has congratulated Dr. Zainab Shinkafi Bagudu on her election as President of the Union for International Cancer Control, making her the first African and fifth woman to lead the Global Cancer Control Organization. Shinkafi Bagudu, a pediatrician and former First Lady of Kebbi State, was elected on October 8. Tinubu, in a statement by his special advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, described her election as a significant achievement, praising her competence and character. The Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of training and development, Nigeria Police Force, Frank Mba, says the force will soon embark on reinvention and renovation of police colleges in Lagos, Kaduna, Maiduguri, and Enugu states. Mba made this known at the police college at Oji River, Enugu State, during his continued tour of the police formations in Nigeria. He noted that the 4 premier police colleges had a special place in the history of Nigeria and deserved serious intervention to upgrade their structural facilities and to ensure a good environmental ambience befitting their status. The Northeast Development Commission has announced plans to launch a fleet of solar-powered vehicles, including a 9-seater tricycle, a 4-seater taxi, and a 40-seater bus to improve interstate transportation across the region. Speaking in Maiduguri, Borno State capital, during a meeting with the Nigeria Union of Road Transport Workers and the National Association of Transport Owners, the Commission's General Manager Mohammed Goni revealed that the initiative aligns with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's vision for the transportation sector. The national chairman of the Labour Party, Julius Abure, has offered forgiveness to those who undermined his leadership following the Federal High Court's affirmation of his position. Justice Emeka Nwite of the Federal High Court, Abuja, delivered a ruling that confirmed Abure's leadership, upholding the legitimacy of the court of the March 2024 Nnewi Convention, which elected the current national executives of the party. Nwite also directed the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to recognize Abure as the rightful chairman, countering INEC's previous stance that his leadership was invalid. INEC had argued that the Labour Party's convention held in Anambra State violated the Constitution and the Electoral Act and claimed that Abure's tenure expired in June 2024. The Supreme Court has scheduled October 22nd to hear a suit filed by 16 state governments challenging the legality of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. The suit, instituted by the Kogi state government and 15 other states, is contesting the constitutionality of the laws establishing the commission. The 15 other states joined in the suits are Ondo, Edo, Oyo, Ogun, Nasarawa, Kebbi, Katsina, Sokoto, Jigawa, Enugu, Benue, Anambra, Plateau, Cross River, and Niger states, respectively. The Nigerian Army Headquarters has commenced an investigation into the allegations against the immediate past commander of the 3 Brigade, Kano, Brigadier General M.A. Sadiq. The general was reportedly dismissed following accusations of withholding benefits meant for subordinates, along with other allegations of misappropriation during his tenure as commander. It was reported that the general remains in custody and that the investigation into the allegations are ongoing. You're watching News Prime on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. When News Prime returns, ex-Liverpool boss Klopp joins Red Bull as head of operations. Details of this and more after this break. Please stay with us. As prices of petroleum products skyrocket in Nigeria, with its attendant economic implications, an oil and gas sector expert, Dr. Timothy Okon, spoke exclusively to Global Television's Sharon Ajay and some of the factors driving the market.
Dr. Okon, who is the managing partner at Tenor Energy Resources Limited, attributed the hike in the price of premium motor spirit, also called petrol, to wars in Ukraine and the Middle East.
In the Middle East, is a very important oil-producing region. So the markets feel that something may happen, and so oil prices increase to reflect that risk, the risk that the missile might hit a tanker in the Persian Gulf, and so on and so forth.
On the home front, however, he said the Dangote refinery is a game changer that must be allowed to thrive against all odds. While addressing the complaints of Nigerians regarding the recently launched Dangote refinery, Dr. Timothy Okon emphasized the need to remember that the Dangote refinery is a private initiative that needs time to thrive.
Prices. Let me also say that it is important to understand that Dangote refinery is a private refinery. It is, and he has taken how many years to bring that on. It's a refinery that is owned by a Nigerian. It's one of the largest in the world, and we expect that that refinery, which is a success story, remains a success story because it gives Nigeria access to significant oil products, refined products.
Dr. Timothy Okon urged all Nigerians to be patient and hopeful for stability in the international market and the end of crisis in the different regions of the world. Sharon Ajay reporting for Global TV News.
As prices of petroleum products skyrocket in Nigeria with its attendant economic implications, an oil and gas sector expert, the Center for Fiscal Transparency and Public Integrity has announced that the National Oil Spill Detection and Response Agency, NOSDRA, ranked highest in the 2024 Transparency and Integrity Index. In his remarks, Secretary to Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, represented by Adekunle Olusegun, called on all agencies, departments, commissions, and units of the federal government to enhance the anti-corruption agenda of the Nigerian government. Nigeria's capital importation in the second quarter of 2024 declined by 22.85% from $3.37 billion in the first quarter of the year to $2.60 billion. The National Bureau of Statistics (NBS) Capital Importation Report for the second quarter of the year indicates that when compared to the same period of last year, Nigeria's initial importation rose by 152.8% from $1.3 billion to the current figure. A consortium of investors from South Korea has concluded plans to build 4 100,000 barrels capacity refineries in various locations in Nigeria. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources and Oil, Heineken Lokpobiri, stated this at the maiden edition of a summit organized by the Crude Oil Refineries Owners Association of Nigeria in Lagos. According to him, the federal government is encouraging investors to build refineries by providing an open environment for all. The federal government has launched an application portal for Nigerians willing to convert their vehicles from the use of premium motor spirit, otherwise known as petrol, to compressed natural gas. This was contained in a statement by the National Orientation Agency. The statement says Nigerians who wish to switch to CNG can apply on the portal and spread payments in monthly installments. It also highlighted flexible payment plans, noting that applications will receive support through the process to ensure it is hassle-free. On the foreign scene, Russia says its defense minister Andrei Belousov has met with Burkina Faso's Prime Minister Apollinaire Guillaume de Tambela in Moscow to discuss expanding military cooperation between the two nations. Moscow has been pursuing a combination of military, diplomatic, and economic interest in Africa, vying with the West for influence after Russia's war in Ukraine triggered the biggest confrontation between Moscow and Washington in decades. Meteorologists are warning Hurricane Milton could cause several tornadoes as Florida braces for the storm's arrival. The National Oceanic Atmospheric Association says the Category 5 storm will likely trigger scattered thunderstorms across the central and southern Florida peninsula. The NOAA noted current forecast suggests coordinations will favor supercell development with a potential for tornadoes. French authorities have ordered Omar bin Laden, a son of slain al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden, to leave the country over posts on social media. France's Interior Minister made this announcement. In sports, former Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp has a new role as head of football operations at Red Bull, which owns the Leipzig, Salzburg, and New York clubs. Klopp, who left Liverpool at the end of last season after 9 years in charge, says after nearly 25 years on the sideline, he couldn't be more excited to be involved in a project like this. Galatasaray striker Victor Osimhen has confirmed his return to action immediately after the international break. The 25-year-old, who sustained an injury during Galatasaray's 3-3 draw with Kasim Passer, revealed in a video that he expects to be back for the club's next league match against Antalyaspor on October 19th. As we end the Global News Prime, here's a summary of our top stories. Supreme Court is gearing up to hear a suit filed by 16 state governments challenging the legality of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission October 22nd. On the foreign scene, Russia and Burkina Faso have commenced discussion on military cooperation. In sports, Osimhen has confirmed October 19 for his return to action. That's it on the News Prime, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on DSTV channel 365, Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. I'm Queen Agaba. Thank you for watching and see you again.